Wow, have a look at those weather effects on that approach in the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yes, the hype is real, and I think the flaps have dropped down to number 3. This week has been one of the biggest news weeks in the development of this new flight sim. We have all the news about the Alpha 4, the SDK updates, feedback snapshots, and the partnership series with Blue. We'll cover all of this in this week's episode. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator update video. This is where we bring you all the news and updates of the development of this new flight sim. If you're lazy like me and you don't want to troll the net to see all the latest updates, this video is for you. So let's jump straight into this week's news. As Alpha 4 has been released today, so has another round of invitations from the team at Microsoft Flight Simulator. Again, no word on how many invitations have gone out and if or will there be another batch. Remember, these guys need to see a return on investment for creating this sim, so invites can't go out to everyone that has registered. But we've been saying that best of luck for this round of invites. The feedback snapshot of version 4.01 FS was dropped with this week's new update. No changes on the top questions or the top wish list since version 3.01. But we did see some new additions to the alpha issues, which are the A320 is having some problems, camera issues, installation issues, insufficient draw distance on the other planes online, manual coaching not available yet, preferable support, pitch authority on the FBX flight model, pitch and yaw interior and stability train DMM issues, and world airport data offset. So nothing really new to add, but we obviously seen some ongoing issues to the alpha. Moving on to the SDK, it's been a while since we have heard any new information on the updates when it comes to the SDK. If you are new to gaming or flight sim, an SDK is a tool that the third-party developers will use to create and import your favorite aircraft or scenery, etc. into the sim. In my opinion, this is one of the most important aspects of the longevity of this sim. The team have been continuing to make good progress and plan to release a new update of the SDK next week. They have been working on improvements to the documentation as well as additions to working on the video tutorials to help illustrate the usage of the SDK. They have added several new SDK samples showcasing vegetation biomes overriding, project meshes on the ground, aerial images and overriding on the terrain, and various flight simulator GIF extensions and materials. They also mentioned that the WebAssembly extensions are being implemented, which will result in better performance. If you're not a game designer or in that type of industry, most of this may not be of interest to you, but I thought it was worth mentioning as they will have a massive impact on the sim down the line. This week we did get to see some more video content from the partnership series and an introduction of Blue. We'll be covering this in more detail on another video shortly, but in a nutshell, Blue is a company that specializes in supplying weather data and weather prediction all around the world in many different formats and details. These guys, I believe, were the first ones in the world to provide an accurate weather forecast for a global model over 7 days with hour intervals. The level of detail on how they injecting weather and data in the sim has not been done to the accuracy and detail ever before. In my opinion, having accurate weather is a big factor on the immersion of each and every flight. If you ask any pilot, they will tell you the weather is what makes every flight different. I will leave a link below of the full in-depth breakdown of this partnership series when the video comes out. Moving on to the big update that dropped this week, which was Alpha 4, version 1.4.20. This is the second last alpha increment as far as we know before the team moves to a closed beta in mid-July. This build includes a bunch of bug fixes, updates to known issues, and new content. The new content that the team is referring to is an overhaul of the flight model. They have updated the flight model on all their aircraft in the sim. The team mentions that they have made overall changes to the aerodynamics and the vertical and horizontal tail to make them behave more like wing surfaces and no longer like flat surfaces. This will completely change the behavior of each aircraft and require an overall readjustment to all their planes. The expected result will now give a more realistic elevator and rudder authority curves. I'm glad that this has been addressed. So if the sim was treating these control surfaces as flat surfaces, the flight dynamics must have been pretty unrealistic and rubbish in the previous build. So this is a great news. Speaking of aircraft, the A320, the 747, the Bonanza, the C-152, TBM 930 all had some improvements and bug fixes, and additional to the new flight model with this new alpha build. On the airport side of things, improvements and completion passes have been made to global airports, including missing content based of Bing aerial images, including parking areas, taxiway logic, visual markers added, surface types, ground parkings, and other general visual improvements. Basically, they are adding in what the Bing maps are left out. Cameras, controls, UI, and stability and performances all had some improvements to them. The rest of the changelog really includes some bug fixes for most of these things, and nothing of a big interest really. We will see the next alpha update in early July, so only a few weeks away for this one, hopefully. And of course, the last section of this week's update was the community spotlight from the alpha testers, who have taken some amazing shots, including some video showcasing what this sim has to offer. And if you missed it, let's take another look at this awesome approach. I would love to hear in the comments below what will be your first type of weather you'll be loading in this new sim. Live weather, or will it be something challenging like we're just seeing? A big thank you to all the alpha testers for taking some amazing shots for us this week. The next update from the team at Microsoft Flight Simulator will be on June the 18th, but stay tuned for an in-depth view of the upcoming Meta Blue series that you'll see over at the Oz Flight Simulator channel. If you like this video, please smash that blue thumbs up button, as it really helps out the video. And if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest Microsoft Flight Simulator development news and insights, please click that subscribe button. Remember to let us know in the comments below what is the first type of weather you'll be loading up in the sim the first time around. One of my other favorite YouTube channels is a Reaction Review. He's actually a real world pilot and does a great Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates video as well. If you like my stuff, why don't you go and check him out and say hello from Oz Flight Simmer. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video.